Apparently no one, absolutely no one, knows anything about the New World Order. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Podcast, where we supply you with the dopest podcasts from all around the world. If you haven't heard about us yet, go ahead and subscribe right now. I'll give you a second. Go ahead. Okay, so moving on to the New World Order. What is the New World Order? So, in other terms, the New World Order is what's called the global domination. So, these are based off of anti-Semitism. And if you don't know what anti-Semitism is, I suggest you probably look it up on your own because it's a little disturbing to me. So who could possibly be trying to do this whole New World Order thing? Well, according to some researchers, they think that it has something to do with either the Illuminati, Freemasons, or aliens. So if you don't know what the Illuminati is, I'll go ahead and explain it to you real quick. So back in 1776 in Bavaria, Germany, a German professor by the name of Adam Weishaupt was a believer in the French philosophy, which consisted of secularism and rational thought. He originally wanted to join the Freemasons, but he was unable to afford the entry fee. So he departed and decided to start his own organization that we all know today as the Illuminati. Now, if you don't already know, the Illuminati has absolutely no religious belief, but they do have goals that they try to acquire, which is self-knowledge, self-improvement, social reform, and free thought. In which, for a New World Order, quote-unquote, global domination, you would want to have all these things acquired to yourself, or to the organization that you've created. Now, moving along to the Freemasons, unlike the Illuminati, the Freemasons are still up to this day. What does that mean? That kind of means that you can have neighbors that are involved in the Freemasons and you would pretty much never know. Now, the goal of the Freemasons are to take good men and make them better by generating fraternal fellowship and building strong moral character in its members. The Freemasons promote self-improvement and teaches the basic principles of brotherly love, charity, and truth. People who have documented who have been involved with the Freemasons are people such as that we know of are George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Winston Churchill, Mozart, Davy Crockett, Franklin Roosevelt, Harry Houdini, Gerald Ford, Henry Ford, John Wayne, and the one that we all love, Colonel Sanders. So as of right now, we're not really able to dictate where this is really going. But with that being said, also in the third category of the aliens, I'm not really sure how aliens are involved in the New World Order or global domination. But apparently, to some people, they would think, or you would think that aliens, when they enter, or if they were to enter Earth, would try to take over the world. There's not a lot to really freak out about because this is not the first time or the first thing that we've heard about of global domination. Back in the 300s, Alexander the Great tried to take over the world by taking down the Persian Empire. And then in the 13th and 14th century, Mongol Empire had acquired 9 million square miles of territory, which made it the largest land owned in history. And as we all should have known, in the 20th century, we had Hitler, which all boils right back down to anti-Semitism against global domination. However, in today of the 2020s, we're not able to run anything like Hitler did. And they're trying to run smarter of whoever is running this whole New World Order organization. They try to stay low-key. Well, that brings us down to some evidence that we have here. So evidence number one, we have the Denver Airport, which is the second largest airport in the world that was built in 1995. It was $2 billion over budget and took way too long to build. Now, today, it is the 20th busiest airport in the world, which, if that doesn't raise an eyebrow, let me reiterate that one again. It is the second biggest airport in the world, but is the 20th busiest airport in the world. One airport construction worker did say that the reason it took so long to build was because they had to build 5 large towers beneath the airport along with a bunch of tunnels. The airport's rebuttal was that they took so long to build because they were trying to run a more effective baggage system. Is nothing about the New World Order screaming to you here? Fine, Linda. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. They're building an airport, and we all know that when people try to build things, that doesn't always go as scheduled or planned. Okay, fine. You have that one. But explain this one to me. In March 19th, 1994, the airport was given a capstone displaying the Mosaic symbol along with the New World Order Airport Commission to fund the airport. Now, what kind of displaying Masonic symbol was on this capstone? It was the Freemason's capstone. A square and a set of compasses joined together. Still not convincing enough? Okay, fine. On level 5 of the Jepson terminal, they have murals and disturbing ones as well. Some believe they tell apocalyptic events destroying the world for the New World Order. One that's really standing out is a heavily armed Nazi soldier with a letter from a 14-year-old boy who passed away in Auschwitz. Did I also mention that they have gargoyle statues throughout the airport? Oh, here's a good one. All right. The Denver airport is shaped as a swastika. The airport says it's meant to prevent any kind of weather condition not affecting the runways. However, people who've done research and investigated into this whole New World Order conspiracy theory and how it ties down to the Denver airport. In 2011, a doomsday comet, Elenin, was supposed to enter Earth's atmosphere, causing a catastrophic event in which our president at the time, Barack Obama, was where? In Denver, Colorado.
Coincidence? I think not!
Now, this is the part where this kind of disturbs me. When you drive to or from the airport, you are greeted with a 32-foot horse sculpture named Blue Mustang. Now, why is it suspicious? It's just a blue horse standing on its 2 hind legs. Well, let me say this, okay? People and investigators say that this blue Mustang represents one of the 4 horsemen. Now, one of the 4 horsemen, according to the biblical book of Revolutions, the 4th horseman represents specifically death. And at night it has glowing red eyes, which the locals now have nicknamed the Blue Mustang BLUCIFER. Now, this sculpture was created by a 65-year-old man from New Mexico by the name of Luis Hernandez. Now, what makes BLUCIFER a little more scary is that in 2006, a piece of the horse fell and caused a fatal injury to Luis Hernandez. After Luis passed away, his 3 sons finished the sculpture, but now we all have to think and wonder why. Why the color blue? It's a horse. No horses are blue, you know what I'm saying? According to Luis, before he passed away, the color blue was originated from a legend from Colorado Mountain in the rugged San Louisiana Valley. The legend tells a story of a powerful stallion who was the leader of all the Mustangs. They always trusted him to find water and food for the herd. The legend says that the stallion had a blue coat, red eyes, and he could also fly, which does fit the description of an airport, but it also raises an eyebrow. Now, there's been several attempts to take down BLUCIFER, however, they all failed. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this definitely does concern me a little bit because you have a lot of things that are pointing to this whole New World Order global domination thing. I feel like if Barack Obama, our president at the time in 2011, when this comet was supposed to enter Earth's atmosphere and cause a catastrophic event, if Barack Obama wasn't in Denver at the time, I feel like there wouldn't be enough evidence to back up this whole story. However, with that being said, there's not a lot of evidence or articles that say that this New World Order organization is to be true. We are only going off of things that we've known to happen, such as Alexander the Great, Mongol Empire, and Hitler. Now, we all know that history repeats itself. But who's to say, with all the technology that we have now in the 2020 era, they're probably going to want to move really fucking smart. But then it's kind of like, because you have things such as BLUCIFER. Why would you try to hide this whole organization thing under one of the biggest, largest airports in the world, but have things such as BLUCIFER stand out as such? Who knows? Maybe they're just trying to have that there so that when they do the global domination, that it's already there and they don't have to go ahead and make another one. I don't know. However, as I said, Bill Gates and Eminem, the rapper, is also tied into this conspiracy theory as well. But today we're going to make this video a really short one, just give you a little bit of information right now. We're going to come up with the part 2 to the New World Order conspiracy theory. So if you have any information or know any information, anything about the New World Order organization or the global domination or the Illuminati or the Freemasons or aliens, go ahead and drop them in the comments down below and let me know if you enjoyed this video, because I love doing them and it's a lot of fun and very interesting and kind of scary to me at sometimes. There's the point where I'm just like, why am I doing these kind of videos? But please leave a like if you enjoyed this video and the content that we bring you. Be sure to subscribe to wherever you're listening, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Overcast FM, YouTube, SoundCloud. And don't forget to share with your friends, because if there's something like this that's going on this big and it's a global domination thing, I would want my friends to know as well. Except for the people that you don't really like. So make sure you guys keep a lookout for part 2 of the New World Order conspiracy theory. But with that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for coming back to the podcast where we supply you with the dopest podcasts from all around the world. We love doing these good things for you guys. Now I think that sums up everything. We got to go do some more research to bring you guys part 2. So with that being said, podcast is out.
And I started to fade into your grave. See, I finally opened up my eyes.